we're going to actually start with the scenarios. I'm going to skip the tutorial because I basically went over everything with you already. So we're just going to go ahead and start with Small Zoo Beginner. This small zoo starts with 3 well-made exhibits and 3 animals ready for adoption. Match the correct animal with the preferred exhibit, examine the names of the exhibits to get a clue to which habitats best suit the animals. To do this, click the exhibit gate and note the name of the exhibit. Once the animals are in the correct exhibit, 6 new animals will become available. Create suitable exhibits for 3 of these new animals. Months to complete 6. Earn exhibit suitability rating of at least 60 for 6 exhibits. Achieve an average animal happiness of 80. This is a very easy scenario. So let's go ahead and start. Pause here. We have $75,000 available to us, so that's plenty of money. As you see, we have 3 exhibits here. We have a savanna habitat, a forest habitat, and a desert habitat. As for animal adoption, it's a little bit broken. The endangered species download pack has a Yeti in it, and for some reason the Yeti's broken and is always available once you download that pack. Don't know why. We can't really do much with the Yeti because it's stupid expensive, and its habitat's not cheap either, so we're going to avoid the Yeti. But in this case, you can actually see just by the terrain behind these animals here what belongs in what exhibit. But in this case, the giraffe belongs in this habitat, so we're going to go ahead and do a male and a female giraffe here, and then press play. As soon as you have any animals in your zoo at all, guests will start pouring in. Giraffes, suitability of 90 right off the bat. It's not really hard to get suitability up very high. It's getting it in those last couple 90 where you need to start kind of start cheesing the game a little bit. In this case, giraffes just need more rocks and they'll be happy. So I will go ahead and go into... Oh, I don't have dinosaur dig stuff because it's a scenario. Ah, that sucks. This is a Zoo Tycoon scenario, so they only have Zoo Tycoon stuff available. I don't think the exhibit is big enough for a termite mound to really help. Termite mounds are a lot bigger, so they cover a lot more area and cover a lot more rock need, if you will. Might actually be too much. So we'll just do a couple of these big ones. Or just one big one. These large rocks. So that should be good then, right? Well suited. Awesome. Let's go ahead and do our moose. I know that's what's needed over here, so we'll do a female and a male. Do you guys need anything special? More rocks. I think these exhibits are just missing rocks. Once again, it's not really a big enough habitat for this size of a rock. So we're just going to go ahead and do 1 or 2 of these. That'll work. Exhibit suitability of 88. Not too bad, I suppose. Not really what I do in freeform zoos. In freeform zoos, I'm upset if it's below 97. Oh, well, now correct animals in the correct exhibits. We have 6 more animals we can purchase. I'm still gonna do that and get you guys a desert rock because you're gonna need it, right? More rocks. Yep. We'll do one of these. Just have like at least one rock that's kind of themed. Do we need more? Oh, we do. I thought you guys would only need 1. Alright, so that should be good. Do we have any staff? We have 1 zookeeper. These exhibits are actually a little far apart for 1 zookeeper to manage, so I'm going to assign you to the Moose Land, Camel Desert, okay. And I'm going to hire 1 more zookeeper. One zookeeper can take care of 3 exhibits as long as there isn't one that's like overly populated and one isn't like really far away, because most of the time is spent walking between exhibits. So that's something you want to keep in mind. We have 1 maintenance worker. That's fine. We don't really need anything else. I suppose we could get a tour guide. 1 tour guide ought to do. We have a drink stand and a burger stand. So we got some concessions going. We should probably make sure we have gifts available. We'll put down a gift stand. Yeah. And you know what? Guess like ice cream too. We'll get some dessert. Alright, that should be good for that. So now we need to go ahead and do a few more exhibits. What do we got here? Oh, we got several animals. Polar bear, Bengal tiger, red kangaroo, leopard, lion, and Thompson's gazelle. We're gonna start off with a lion habitat. We're gonna put them right next to the giraffes, kind of keep it a bit themed. And for now, we'll go ahead and just use this path as an outline. It's not the best thing in the world, but whatever. I will go ahead and theme up the fence types we're using, though. I am going to get rid of some of this path. 'Cause it's really not good to have a whole bunch of path where you're not able to see animals, and you don't want all of the exhibit to be viewed, because animals do get crowded by guests. So that's why I'm not a huge fan of the exhibits being looped around entirely by a path. Lions. Oh, that is not how you spell lions. Lions. There we go. Okay. Female, male. Let's see what we got. More animals of the same types. They need one more animal. We'll do another female. They should be fine with just 3. Yep. Too much grass, not enough savanna, not enough dirt. Okay. They're mostly a savanna creature, so we're going to go ahead and give them some savanna grass. We're going to give them a lot. Okay, so that's about it for that. We'll undo that last one. And we'll put in some dirt. Okay, they didn't like that. What do you need now? Still too much grass, not enough sand, not enough fresh water. You want some sand. Not enough fresh water. Doesn't say any particular terrain that it wants to get rid of, so we'll just start with savanna for now. And go until they don't have any more smiley faces. Dirt. What about sand? No. So that should be good for the fresh water. Let's see. Foliage. Their favorite foliage is the umbrella acacia. Yep. So yeah, there's actually some extra information you can get here. You can get their preferred terrain type, what continent they're from, their favorite foliage type, as well as just a general overview of information. Some of these are a little bit out of date at this point with certain animals. For instance, it mentions that the Mexican gray wolf there's plans for reintroduction to the wild. They've already been reintroduced. There's already like 100 of them in the wild now. Still a very endangered animal, but there's some information starting to get a little bit out of date. The game's 20 years old, go figure. Let's see, not enough shelters. Well, that means you guys want a rock cave, I'm sure. Rock cave's not available, so we'll just do a wooden shelter for now. And then if we ever unlock the rock cave, let's see. We don't have anything going here. Are you kidding me? Well, we'll research animal houses here. And we'll get the rock cave going. Yeah, rock cave, there we go. They'll be happy with that. Rocks, foliage, and toy. So let's start with the rocks. Let's get some rocks in here. I think for them, the termite mound should be fine. They like a little more rocks than some other creatures. Where would be the best place to put it? Probably right here. And then we will do the toys. We got this here. This is a lion rock that'll go ahead and bask on those. It should only really want foliage now. Foliage, and they still want another toy. Okay. We'll put another one down. More foliage. Okay, so this is where we start getting to quarter tiles. So I'm going to turn on my grid. Control G. So, as I said, some foliage takes up a full tile, like this here, the baobab tree. Takes up a full tile. They like it. It's good. Other ones, like the umbrella acacia, take up a quarter tile. They like it. It's good. Here's the thing. As for their foliage need, they only register what number of tiles have foliage on them. So they want a certain number of tiles in this exhibit to have foliage on them. But you can get 4 pieces of foliage on a single tile with one of these types of foliage that only does a quarter tile. Whereas you can only get 1 piece over here. So instead of getting 1 smiley face, you get 4 smiley faces. This actually drastically increases the exhibit suitability without causing them to say there's too much foliage. So that's how you max out suitability. You can do the same thing with rocks to a degree as well, though it's a little bit less effective. Rock needs aren't nearly as much of a big deal in the game as foliage needs for a lot of animals, especially animals in the rainforests. They like a lot of trees. Rock cave available. Awesome. Let me go ahead and get you out of there. Okay. Rock cave. So they like the rock cave a little more. So that's how you get the exhibits to get really, really suitable for animals, is by making sure you use these quarter tile foliages and make sure you only put them in this tile. Now, here's where it starts getting real crazy. Because not only is that just a little bit broken, here's where it starts getting real fun. You gotta wait until they stop liking these. Okay, so that first one right there, this foliage tile here is now a foliage tile. They didn't like that first foliage. They like the next 3. Sometimes you can get an extra point of suitability with that, because even though they don't like that first one, the other 3 they still like enough to where it counteracts that negative, and it gives you just that extra point more, which can matter massively to your rating. It's already a half star, it's probably going to keep climbing up from there. So it's kind of a good way to kind of cheat the system a little bit. Now, the lions don't have any food. Wait. I'm calling hacks here. 2 Zookeeper 1s. I think it's because that one was already in the game. I placed this one. Well, this one's the one here at Giraffe World. It's only got 1 habitat, so I'm going to give them the lions. Little fishy there, those 2 Zookeeper 1s. Anyway, so that's how you get really suitable habitats. As you can see here, this is already at 98. If we had the exhibit be a little bit bigger, so the tile for the terrain types and such were a little better, we could probably get a little bit higher. In fact, we could probably actually go ahead and do 1 more patch of foliage. Oh, that's 2. That's 1. Where's that now? 97, so it's actually a little bit less. They liked it better without these 4. There is a diminishing return on that fact, the 3 tiles. You can't just spam a whole bunch of foliage and have them live in a forest. But for every foliage tile added above what they want, it gets increasingly more of a negative. So it's diminishing returns for sure. Alright. So that's good for our lines, though. 98's not bad. 98's not bad at all. Again, if it were a bigger exhibit, then we could easily make it bigger. But if it were a bigger exhibit, we could go ahead and make sure that our terrain types are just that much more specifically in tune with what they want, and that would probably give us another point or 2. It would also give us more room to play around with this foliage a little more. Let's see. We have some animal houses. Oh, we have animal houses. Ooh, carousel. Carousel is actually a really big deal. Ooh. Oh, we can do my favorite combo. Animal theater and restaurant back to back. Really good profitability. So I'm going to do an animal theater here and a restaurant here. Get rid of you. And we'll make sure the terrain's nice and flat here. And there we go. So the thing with animal theaters is they're a good place for guests to go to get some entertainment, get some happiness going, and they cost money, $6 for entry. So it's a good money generator. People will go there. They spend enough time in the animal theater, though, that they often get hungry or thirsty afterward. So then they go look for something to eat. Thus, they go to your restaurant. So they're really good to piggyback off of each other. Because then the restaurant's $12. Now, in order to help drag people over here, though, or more people, there's a few people going down this way. But to drag more people over here, we need another exhibit. So I'm going to go ahead and flatten out more terrain here. Because we're supposed to use that spot for an exhibit, but I really liked this combo of animal theater and restaurant. I'm going to go ahead and do another habitat. We're just going to use these concrete fences because I feel like it. Another way to save money, by the way, is to make sure you use the outer wall of your zoo for your exhibits. That's a great way to save some money. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut it off right here, actually. Have our plexiglass wall there. And, we'll just keep going. We'll keep going with the plexiglass. Is that? That is wrong. Look at that. I thought that was a little off. Now, what do we want to put in here? I'm thinking polar bear. That's what I'm thinking. Now, we know that they want snow, so I'm going to make sure there's some snow in here at a time. I'm not going to put in too much, though, because I don't know the exact balance they want. But I also know they like a lot of salt water. So I'm going to do a pretty good amount of both. Aviary now available, cool. And then we'll put down our polar bears. Okay, a little indifferent to that. Remember, we haven't spent any money here as far as what we just placed right there. If we place down the polar bears until we hit that check mark. So even though it cost us, quote unquote, 720, we can go ahead and fine tune all this if we so wish. In fact, I think, yeah, all of it should have been snow anyway. Oh, they like a lot more snow than I thought. Okay, that's good. $3,300. Except, snow is one of the more expensive terrain types. So, I don't like placing a lot of it if I don't need it, which is why I only placed a little bit at first, and kind of want to see where to go from there. Now, being from Greenland, not a lot of trees there, so we don't really have to worry about foliage. Rocks, though, they like rocks. They like some rocks. So we'll go and place some rocks for them. That's all the rocks they need. I know they like the snowy rock cave, but I know we also don't have that available. And they don't like the ordinary rock cave. So we're just going to go with a concrete shelter for now. And that should actually be good. I didn't mean to double click you there, buddy. Yep, exhibit well suited. Exhibit suitability 82. Not the best. Not the best at all. What would help out a lot is getting the snowy rock cave. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm actually going to go ahead and use some of these smaller rocks, and we're going to go and see how good the suitability can be. Because in these exhibits, rocks matter a lot more, since there is no foliage for these animals. So, rocks matter a lot more. We'll try these quarter tiles. We'll just see where it goes. It's probably going to be a lot better. The problem is polar bears like a lot of rocks. It's a bit ridiculous. Okay, that's it for that. So we had, what, 84 before? 97! So a lot better. So, again, quarter tile strat, I swear, it looks stupid, but it works so well. And we can probably bump up that suitability a little more if we can... we don't have those animal toys. We don't have any Marine Mania research either, do we? We can't get the ice keg for them. That sucks. Well. Certain animals are more popular than others, though. And it's kind of arbitrary to a degree. Like, you would think the lions would be like one of the most popular animals, but they're actually not. They're decent, but they're not the most popular. Endangered animals are actually the most popular ones. So things like gorillas and if you can get them, Javan rhinos, things like that are actually more popular. Rather than your basic animals like lions and giraffes. Now we've been getting some stuff on our research here for our animal houses for a little while. So let's go ahead and get an animal house on the go. We'll just go ahead and do we'll do a primate house. Why not? So, I'm trying to think of a good place to put it. Probably over here. Nice open area. We'll go ahead and just put it right there. That's good. Put a path leading up to it. 3 months left to complete the scenario. We have 1 exhibit left to build. I think we'll be okay. Yeah, we're good as far as our objectives are concerned. So we have a primate house here. Animal houses start off anyways with no upkeep costs, which are great, and they automatically increase guest happiness. So for instance, we have this one here, upkeep cost 0, adults get +5 happiness, child gets +3. This is endangered primates of the world. We can go ahead and upgrade our primate house if we want to primates of Southeast Asia. We just researched this. Upkeep cost has gone to $120 a month, but we now get +6 for adults and +6 for children. The third upgrade for the primate house is by far the best. And in general, I don't like keeping things on Southeast Asia. It's just not worth that money. So I'm going to keep it on endangered primates for now. And if and or when we get the final one, which would be lemurs of Madagascar, we'll upgrade that. Because that gets like 15 bonus rather than 6. And it goes up to like, I think 250, if I recall. Now, other animal houses aren't so lucky. They don't get 3 tiers. Some, like the reptile house, only get 2. So if we go ahead and put this one down, it doesn't really matter where. You just need a spot. Out here. We actually just got the upgrade for it. So this one starts off 5-5, so it's a little bit better. And our second upgrade, Deadly Snakes of the World, brings up to a 10-12 for 120. That's a lot better than the 120 for the 6-6. So that's a little better. I'm willing to spend that on this for fully upgraded Reptile House. And there's actually no more upgrades for Reptile House. The Reptile House and the Insect House only have 2 packages here. The Primate House and the Aviary and the Nocturnal House all have 3. So overall, they're generally a bit better because you can get up to like really high bonuses, but they also cost more. In general, I find it to be worth it to have animal houses. The guests become very happy with them. Though, the best one, better than all of these, is the Japanese Garden. The Japanese Garden is almost overpowered. Not quite, but it's almost overpowered. So the Japanese Garden has an upkeep cost of just 50, but it doesn't really tell you how much you actually get out of guest happiness for it. If you look into it, you actually see that the guests generally get around 8 to 10 happiness, generally. Which for free is by far the best bonus out of all, because like the Primate House for free only gives like 5. So it's considerably more. So that's definitely a much better purchase overall. And it's only for $50. It's not much at all. Now, as for our third exhibit, we're gonna do. We'll do Bengal tigers. I like Bengal tigers because we only have 3 months to complete the scenario, so we need to make sure we get this done. So, place that wrong. Do a little viewing area there, and we'll do a little viewing area here. And that's all we're gonna do. Tigers aren't particularly private animals. I just don't want there to be a whole lot of viewing areas. Even though it's not really that beneficial to my zoo to do it that way. It'd be beneficial to go ahead and put in as much as I can, but I don't really care. Being completely honest. I'm just completing the scenario is all I'm doing. Now we're down to 6,000. Tigers cost 800 each, and their terrain's not the cheapest. So I'm actually going to sit here and wait for a second to go ahead and let the money kind of pile up a little bit. Polar bear's not happy. No food. I'm going to go ahead and Zookeeper 1-1. I'm going to get rid of Moose Land for you. Give you the polar bears, which I haven't even named polar bear. I just saw the Snowy Rock Cave become available. Mr. Polar Bear, you need to move. You really need to move. You're in the way. Thank you, Mr. Polar Bear. Alright, I'm going to take this opportunity to go ahead and let my cat out of my room. She's being a butt. Done with that. Okay. So, Zookeeper's on his way. I'm gonna go ahead and put down my Bengal tigers. Now I got a little bit more money. And I'm gonna go ahead and place a ton of rainforest floor. This is what they love. Make sure there's plenty of water here for them. Okay, so all this should be good. Oh, wow, my money just got tanked. Okay, I'm gonna sit here and wait for my money to climb back up a little bit. Waiting. Zoo is low on money, there we go. I was waiting for that one to also possibly happen. If your zoo gets too low on money, you do get a one-time donation of $10,000. Alright. So now we're on to rocks. I'm gonna go and place down some of these jungle rocks here. Are you happy yet? There we go. Do rock cave here. I actually need to assign another zookeeper. Because the moose don't have anybody either taking care of them. Do a zookeeper. We'll assign her to Moose Land. And tigers, come on. Tigers, tigers. Okay. So what do you need? More foliage, not enough dirt. Alright, I kind of forgot you needed dirt. Not gonna lie. And then we need foliage. Again, we're going to stick with quarter tile foliage, so boxtail palm is a good one. The rainforest fern is a good one. Their favorite piece of foliage, though, is the mangrove. We can kind of mix and match these a little bit to kind of make it a little more visually interesting. Again, as long as they're quarter tile, it's all that really matters. We have no money again. Wow. Maybe I shouldn't have invested all that in animal houses. Maybe I should have done something a little more cash generating. Restaurant's going okay. Harmony House, 75 guests, so I mean, it's working to help keep guests' happiness up anyway, so I'll keep it. Camels gave birth, awesome. Zoo has no money, I know, Zoo has no money. Should put down a carousel. Ah, well. What's a zoo if you can't run it into the ground, am I right? Alright. Move this gate, because I'm actually going to put down a carousel right here. This is the perfect spot for one. Costs a little bit, but hey, I'm going to, spend some money to make some money. So gotta wait for 800 bucks. 311. Early game, this is a big problem, is money. Here goes my tour guide with a big old herd of guests. Wow, 800 bucks is not coming easy. You know what? I think didn't I crank advertising actually? I did not. Oh, I haven't even adjusted my prices. Okay, I can get more money than this. I'm being a dummy. 29 bucks. Pay up, nerds. My admissions should go through the roof now. As far as my income. My guest count should start plateauing though. Yeah, there we go. See, it's starting to climb up a little bit more. Over 300. Okay. Now we're just kind of hovering. Oh god, we're down to 2 bucks. But we're already back to 250. See, it is generally kind of climbing. I'm going to turn off research. I don't really need research right now. This will save some money as well. Because I want to get a carousel down that kind of helps generate some more funds. There we go. Almost halfway. 400, we're over halfway there. It's as easy as actually charging people to come into your zoo and not spending everything you have on research. Who would have thunk? Alright, past 500. Come on. Come on. Spend some money to make some money. Let me spend it. Let me spend it. I really want to spend it. I got an itch. There we go. And now we get to hear the carousel music for the rest of the scenario. Who's gonna be the first taker? 1 month complete scenario. That's fine. My tigers are okay enough right now, right? Oh yeah, they definitely hit the scenario objective. They still need a lot more foliage though. Yeah, I've met my objectives for the scenario. I just gotta wait for the time to run out. Seriously, no one's riding the carousel yet. Huh. Why is no one riding the carousel? The kids should be loving the carousel. Usually I can't stop hearing that music. That 5-second soundbite going on over and over again. To be fair, the carousel music, it gets a little bit drony after a while. Oh, there we go. That's it. It's just that over and over again. I really wish I could replace this carousel sound file with this carousel sound file from Roller Coaster Tycoon. That's just classic. Negative 2,000. Doesn't matter. The scenario doesn't say that I need to have a certain amount of money. It just says that I need to have these exhibits done, and they are done. Even if the tigers want a lot more trees. But now we get to end with a carousel. To hear the carousels make a lot of money. I'm already making 10 bucks overall. This already paid itself off for its upkeep. Yep. That freaking carousel music. Don't worry, I will not subject you to that poison any longer. Let's see, what else can I do? I really can't do anything. I don't have any money. Really am just waiting for the scenario to be over. That's really about it. I mean, that's pretty much the basics of Zoo Tycoon. It's not that complicated a game. Can't even connect these pads. This is a $10 dirt path. Can I just use my money on my paycheck? Just pay for this path. I could buy this path. I don't want to spend 70 bucks, but you know, hey. I just want to connect them up. It would be so satisfying. I'm not gonna make it before the end of the month though. Yeah, June's already half over. Actually, maybe, maybe. Might have a shot. Might have a shot. Hey, there we go. Actually, a little bit surprised. Oh, no. I'm trying to click on construction tab. Just kind of connect all this up a little bit. There we go. You know what? They need more picnic tables, man. They are searching for those picnic tables. As long as the ends of your picnic tables are exposed to an open square, guests can use all parts of your picnic tables. So you can put walls like here, and you're fine, as long as you don't put them here and here. Because guests can't crawl over the bench part of the picnic table, I guess. I don't know. Down a lot more benches. Put down a lot more picnic tables. And we're now on the profit, $1,400 bucks. What can I spend it on? I want to spend it on something. How about an aviary? I don't have enough for an aviary. Aviary is too nice for me. I don't get to have an aviary. There we go. I get to have an aviary. I lied. I'm a liar. Thank you for your vomiting. Alright. And Raptors of the World. 10 and 15 for 200, not even 250. 200 for 10 and 15 versus 5 and 3. That's not bad at all. I'll take it. Alright, June 28th, so we're almost done. We got a decent little zoo here. There are polar bears. Which, how popular is that habitat? 2 stars, so he climbs up a little over time. However, tigers, not at all. Probably because the exhibit suitability is still only 80. Lion, 3 star. Not bad. Not bad. Again, their exhibit suitability is really high. Oh, there we go. Congratulations, you have won. Alright. So that is the first scenario. Not that difficult. Alright. That is it for that scenario. I can click to continue playing, or I can go to the main menu. I'm actually going to go back to the main menu. I don't really care. So if we go to scenario, it shows that that one has been completed. So I'm going to go through all these scenarios. Yes, there's a lot of scenarios. I'm going to go through all of them. I'm not going to go through all of them today, obviously, but I will go through all of them. I'm going to take a small break. I will be back. I just want to go ahead and cut the video.